There's a spot that I stay when I go down there, but it's inside of a building. I can't. I cannot be outside. Like I can't stay in a tent. If anything, I'm gonna put a sleeping bag right on the ground because the tent thing kind of freaks me out. Honestly, it's like scary. You never know what could happen. Like they could light it on fire and it could just all melt like while you're sleeping or something. And I sleep like a rock, so like I don't ever want that to happen to me. Or whatever could happen. There's a number of things, and I could get my stuff stolen every 5 seconds. Like you can't close a door in a tent.
So today we're here in the city of Orange with Christy. Christy, are you originally here from the city of Orange?
No, I'm from Lake Elsinore, actually, originally.
What brings you out this way?
Just passing through, really.
So are you still living in Lake Elsinore? Like, where's your home base?
Yeah, Lake Elsinore.
And what's your current living situation?
I've been homeless for like probably going on like a good couple years. I mean, I stay at friends' houses usually and stuff, but I don't know. It's just stressful after living with myself and my children for so long and then just not having anything. It's tough. And going back to like having to stay with friends and stuff isn't really the easiest for me because I'm kind of like, I like to live a certain way, you know what I mean? And so I guess in reality what it is that I'd rather be homeless than live under somebody else's roof. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm moving to Los Angeles though, so like I mean, I do have a place there, which is cool. It's just still living with somebody else, so it's kind of like
How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
And where are the kids at?
Their dads, with their dads.
And how old are you, Christy?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay. So what was the situation that led you to being homeless?
Honestly, drugs. Drugs is a big factor.
And what drug are you partaking in?
Well, honestly, I'm not too extreme of a user any longer, but I was doing meth on and off since I was like 14, honestly, but it's not really worth it anymore. Well, it never really was, but yeah.
So you haven't gotten involved in that fentanyl stuff?
No way.
Good. So how do you earn money? Do you booze, panhandle? Do you have a job? I have a friend that helps me out, actually. I did, like, I don't know how to explain it, but my grandparents worked a lot, and they were masons, and they built everything, you know, in California especially, and they left me some money. I haven't quite, and some property. I haven't quite figured out how to go about getting that just yet, but yeah. I do all right though, I guess. I mean, do what I can when I can if people need help or whatever. Like my friend that I stay with when I live in Los Angeles, I help, you know, cook meals and clean the house and stuff like that, and you know, that helps me get by a lot. So was your grandfather's stuff and your family stuff left into a trust, or?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure exactly, honestly. I wish I knew. But I'm gonna have to get a lawyer and then figure all that stuff out. That's gonna be stressful. So I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a long process.
Have you ever worked a typical 9-to-5 job?
Yeah, I used to work at Vanity Fair in the Lake Elsinore outlet mall. It was a clothing store, but I stopped working there because I was 7 months pregnant, and it was getting tiring. But yeah, that was a while ago though. I used to sell Mary Kay also, and then I done. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much the only 9 to 5 jobs besides being a mom. That's it. Really.
That's a full-time job.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is there any money in selling Mary Kay?
Yeah, definitely. If you put your full focus into it, you know, they actually help you quite a bit with resources also when you are 100% involved in it, and you it's cool because you can set your own hours and stuff like that, but I just haven't done that in a long time either, so I'm like but yeah.
And when I first spoke to you, you said you're either going to, I think, to Riverside, then you said maybe Los Angeles, so it doesn't sound like you really know exactly where you're going today, or you do?
I think I'm probably gonna go to Long Beach, honestly. Long Beach area, make my way towards where I stay when I'm out there.
So I'm sure it's very dangerous being young and by yourself out here on the streets. Anything crazy happened to you?
No, thankfully.
Thankfully, yes. Did you see anything crazy or dangerous happen to anybody else?
I've seen some stuff, just like people be like beat up or whatever, like randomly, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like it's scary. Like I just couldn't imagine. Like it's like scary. Like it is scary. It really is.
Yeah.
Especially for young women.
Definitely. And I saw you had like 3 big bags of stuff. Have your belongings ever been stolen?
Yeah, a million times, but what can I do? You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I have to decide also whether in between, like, do I want to carry a bunch of stuff on the bus, or do I want to not feel like a homeless person? You know? I don't know. But sometimes, you know, it feels nice too just to be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave this here because if anybody wants it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they'll need it more than I will, because I mean, I pay for everything I have. I paid out of my pocket for every single thing I've ever had, and well, most things. And so, I mean, it's not like I don't have nice stuff in my bags. It's just like, I don't know, and it does get stressful carrying it around a lot. So, I mean, if I could give it to somebody else that could use it, why not?
Yeah. Are you currently trying to get out of your situation, like get back to your family, back to your kids?
Yeah, always. That's honestly what I've been doing, is looking for a place, a permanent living situation, so I can be able to, you know, get my life back together.
Do you know of any resources out there that?
In Los Angeles, they have actually quite a bit of resources. There's a lot of churches out there that do helping the homeless and stuff. That's why, like, actually Skid Row's even cleaned up a lot, and that's a scary area, but some people like living out there like that. But I mean, a lot of the churches and stuff right there, they go and they help people get into programs and get housing, and they build apartments right there all the time, and renovate apartments all the time. I'm like, what the heck are they doing? Kids come scare the crap out of me sometimes. Like, and so, yeah, there's quite a bit of resources, and they come down. They'll like get you in a program and everything, get you free ID vouchers, all kinds of stuff, and they help a lot. So,
did you have a stay down there?
I mean, there's a spot that I stay when I go down there, but it's inside of a building. I can't. I cannot be outside. Like I can't stay in a tent. If anything, I'm gonna put a sleeping bag right on the ground because the tent thing kind of freaks me out. Honestly, it's like scary. You never know what could happen. Like they could light it on fire and it could just all melt like while you're sleeping or something. And I sleep like a rock, so like I don't ever want that to happen to me. Or whatever could happen. There's a number of things, and I could get my stuff stolen every 5 seconds. Like you can't close a door in a tent. Like people could easily come in, kidnap you, rape you, whatever they want to do, really. But that's a scary thought. So yeah, I don't know.
Very scary. And if you could have some kind of dream job or something that you're qualified for, what would you want to do?
I'd want to be a music producer.
What kind of music?
All kinds. I like all kinds of music.
That's awesome. And then wrapping it up, and then after, you said you've been out here for a couple years. Have you any important lessons that you've learned?
Oh yeah, don't do drugs. I'm like, don't do drugs if you want to have a good life. Pretty much. I mean, anything could be good in moderation, but not drugs. Really, it's like it could take your whole life away in one night, and you could have worked for that like your whole life, and it could be all taken away in one night and not know like that. It's scary. It's scary to think about. It's really not good. And that is definitely a big lesson. The lesson that I've learned being on the streets and stuff, it's like, okay, I've lived nice. I've had a nice, luxurious lifestyle, and I've also lived middle class to where it's like, okay, my husband was working every day and I was home with the kids every day. I've lived that lifestyle too, and it's not worth it. It's not worth not having anything to show for what you worked for. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm kind of like, But yeah, that's the lesson I've learned out of all this, is just getting high is not worth losing your loved ones in your life and being able to have what you want and live the way you want to.
Yeah. You're still young, so you can definitely still get back on track. And then lastly, Christy, do you by chance have any social media information, like whatever you do, Instagram or Facebook or a Cash App, in case anybody wants to donate or reach out to you?
Yes, okay, I'll write it. Okay, here is my yeah, and then I think you can find my Instagram through my Facebook too.
Sounds good. Thank you, Christy. And then are you okay if we use the interview on our YouTube channel?
Yes, that's fine.
Awesome, thank you. And then what are your tattoos like on your hand?
I have oh my gosh, they're all crappy, but whatever. They're just like, I have a world, and then, or like the earth, and then a crown on it, and then this is from a song, Good Life, and that's from a song also, and then I have song lyrics on my hands and some music notes that still aren't finished. I've had this one since I was like 18 years old and it still hasn't got finished, and then some brass knuckles and lips, but that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah, my daughter's name.
What's your daughter's name?
Audrey Evelyn.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Christy.
You too.